Today we're going to be playing Bloons Card Storm with a really aggressive deck, so let me show you guys really quick what I have in there before I actually hop into a game, and I promise I won't take too long in this, but you can see I have literally no defensive monkeys, it's just all balloon attacks. I have a bunch of cheap ones, like all the 0 gold ones, the red balloon, swarm red balloon, blue balloon. The nested ones are really good because when they get destroyed, they turn into their lower rank balloon, so like a nested blue will then turn into a red balloon. So if they, let's say, do the 60 damage that's required to beat that, it then turns into a red balloon with 40 health. So that is only 1 gold, and the blue balloon is also only 1 gold, but this requires a total of 100 damage to destroy. Now if it hits as a nested blue, it still does 60 damage, but I just think that's something that's worth noting. Whereas let's say like the double punch, it's the opposite. It will have double the damage if it hits. Yeah, like the double red balloon, it hit with 80 damage, but it still only requires 40 to destroy, and it costs 2 gold as well, so I think that those are a lot less worthwhile. At least that's what I've been finding. But other than having all balloon attacks in here, I do also have a couple defensive things. I have Quick Break, which is just really good in certain situations if you can get that early on and then hold it in your deck when you need it. And then also I do have, Storm of Arrows, because again, that's a really good card to hold in your deck when you need it for certain situations, especially if you're playing against somebody else who's also rushing. I mean, that's what the strategy is. Basically, you want to have these 0 gold cards in your hand immediately so you can rush a bunch of damage early on when your opponent doesn't have enough gold to defend yet, and then you have your opponent basically at lower health than you for the entire game and you can win. At least that's what I'm trying to do with this strategy. I mean, it's literally day 2 of the game, and I'm not exactly the best at these types of games, so I might not be the smartest player, but I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. Let me hop into a game here and just see what ends up happening. I think I've gone 8-2 today or something like that so far. I've lost a couple games, but overall I've been finding decent success. Yesterday I lost a bunch of games in a row, and then I think once I figured out kind of what I was doing, the game put me against like worse players, so I was able to win 7 in a row, and then I ended up losing several. So I don't know if the game has matchmaking or not, but with that being said, let me definitely change out this card right here. It's too expensive. The golden balloon would be alright to have early on, but yeah, I definitely want to keep the quick break. Storm of Arrows, honestly, I don't think I really need to keep that. Yeah, I'll just do this. This is definitely better. Oh yeah, and I get a pink balloon too. That's really lucky. And if you don't know why the pink balloon's good, I'll explain that in just a second. But here's what I'm talking about with stacking up the attacks. You can see I have 2 free red balloons already deployed along with that blue. But what you might notice is that these don't immediately deploy. They'll sit here for 1 round, my opponent will get to have a round, and then these will deploy on my next round. That's why they're already in the queue. But this pink balloon, if I were to play that during my turn, that has a 0 round turnaround. So it deploys the same round that you actually take it out on. So if I had enough gold for it and I were to play right here, I would do 240 damage this round instead of 140. But with that being said, I'm probably going to play the golden balloon now. I think it's a pretty good early card to play because if your opponent is someone that's trying to defend, then you can actually get a pretty big advantage when you're only getting like 3 or 4 gold from these early rounds. Getting an extra gold every time they do damage to your balloon really does pay off. Also, when you're playing against Quincy, this meter gets filled up pretty quick, and when they get to 6, every single time you deploy a balloon, it automatically attacks. So what'll end up happening is if I were to deploy a golden balloon and he were to be at 6, he'll automatically do 10 damage to it, which will give me a gold, which for only doing 10 damage is definitely worth it. So I'm probably going to keep this golden balloon for when he hits that potentially, and just stack up a lot of damage right here. I have the free cards. That's 60 damage for free that I'm going to be able to stack up. And now this will all go into my queue for my next turn, as you can see there, because those are all 1 round turnaround cards. I try to use cards that are mostly 1 or 0. Well, I mean, pink balloons are the only cards pretty much that are 0 turnaround, but I try to use the low turnarounds because as a rushing strategy, you want to be able to defeat your opponent as quickly as you can. Although right now he's got a big lead, so I might not be able to take him out here, but let's see what we can do. So I have 6 gold to work with now. I can do 130 damage. So it wouldn't make sense to use this pink just yet because that would only be 230. So I wouldn't take him out, and then I would be kind of losing my advantage there. So I guess I'll just deploy these. I probably should use my quick break because I could have healed myself, but he doesn't have any balloons deployed. So unless he has 2 pinks in his cards right now, he's not going to be able to take me out. Because if he were to deploy 2 pinks, he would immediately do 200 damage to me, but I don't think he has that. Now we're also on a map where the heroes actually take 10 damage every round, so that's also important to note too. Like now I'm down to 180 instead of 190, but still, I mean, he would still obviously need 2 of those 100 damage pink cards to immediately defeat me. So I still have a chance here because I have 160 damage lined up. He doesn't have much defense. Okay, he just got attack shooter. That's 50 more damage right there you can do. So that'll be pretty big for him. He also deploys that. So he can now do 60 damage with 2 arrow shots plus another 50. So there's a good chance. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think he just realized what he just did there, because I'm pretty sure that I just win now. Like, I don't see any way that... Oh, wait, I'm dumb. Right, the attack shooter automatically defends. Oh my god, the clutch! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Because I completely forgot that the attack shooter is one of those towers that actually can defend on its own when balloons are attacking. Most towers you have to use manually and defend by actually dragging and then having them attack whatever your opponents have currently deployed. But the attack shooter is one of those towers where it can actually defend itself. So I was thinking, oh, he's really dumb, he didn't use his defense, but I'm like, oh wait, I'm wrong. And then somehow it was just enough, literally 0, to actually defeat him. Like 0 left on his health, I mean. Because normally you'll see negative something because you'll do over the 500 damage that you need. Because like, let's say they have 150 health left and you do 195 damage, it's going to be negative 45. That's actually the first time I've seen 0 out of like 30 some games. So that's pretty cool way to start it off here, definitely with a clutch win. And I'm just going to record some more games for you guys and keep on voicing it over live. If you enjoy this style of content, then let me know in the comments. And also, if there's other games you want to see me play, I will be uploading daily on this channel for a while, so definitely let me know about that as well. Yeah, I definitely will play on Workshop. That map is really good with the extra card it gives. So let's see what we got here. Pretty good low cost deck, and we got the nested blue as well, so that definitely doesn't hurt. I don't know, I feel like I want to switch that out for now. Just have this be, yeah, I'll keep the quick break in there. I think this is really good overall. I don't have any 0 gold cards, so that might be a bit of a risk because I can't super overwhelm, and yeah, my opponent is going to be rushing, so oh yeah, they definitely have a much better start than me, so I got very lucky. Look at that. Wow, okay, so I get that immediately, so I can then do this, and that's very lucky because now I can also then deploy 2 nested blues as well, and I have more damage than my opponent significantly on the board at this point. Also, since they went first, I think they start with 1 gold and then I start with 2. I think that's kind of how the game like gives you an advantage, because your opponent's getting an advantage if they start first, or you'd get an advantage if you did. So I think that's kind of how they counteract it, by having it be the other person gets 1 extra gold. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I've noticed. Alright, so he's got his attack shooter out, so he's playing, I think, a heavy, like, cheap offense mixed with defense strategy, like the kind of thing where I guess like you try to overwhelm your opponent early, but then also you know, have some defense set up to be able to take out their rush. So since I don't have any defense, I'm going to be in potentially a bad spot here. Although I do have the quick break, so I guess that's not true to say I don't have any defense. But I can do 2 swarm blue balloons, and then probably just call it there for now, because obviously I don't want to waste this arrow shot and only do 30 damage to one of these when he has no chance of taking me out yet. I'd rather just save up for the flurry of arrows and save up to get the perceptive shot as well, because that over time can end up doing like 100 damage for you if they deploy 10 balloons, so that never hurts either. That's why it's kind of worth it to have this built up sometimes, even if you are, you know, unfortunately losing out on the power meter filling up. I guess it makes sense to use an arrow shot then if you wanted to do that every time you got up to 9, just use 1 arrow shot and then fill it back up all the way. I don't know. But I'm still figuring out what makes the most sense too. So he's already got me down to 360 health, which we're actually tied on there, but he's got way more damage deployed as well. So I definitely got to think about that. I guess I can do, let's see, I can probably try to just like do some, yeah, put out some damage right now and then see what we can do here. Because if he has 2 pinks, I mean, he can just straight up take me out right here. Although the chances of that are pretty low. I feel like the game kind of knows which cards are like more overpowered, and it seems to be more rare to get a pink, although it definitely is clutch. Like that last game, that was really really awesome when that worked out that way. I thought I just straight up like lost. I thought he was going to have like 20 or 30 health left, to be honest with you. With that being said though, it looks like he's considering what to do here, thinking about his options. Okay, so he's got the swarm green balloon. Alright. Yeah, so now that's 20 damage right there that Quincy's just going to do just from that being at 7. Okay, so it's already a good amount of damage he's doing, yeah. And now he has nearly enough to take me out deployed there. So I could use the Storm of Arrows and just completely destroy his attack, but And that would probably, like with the Storm of Arrows, would make more sense right here because that would take out both of these balloons, whereas this would only give me 100 more health. This would salvage 140 right there, so that would make more sense. And it's cheaper too. If I did this, then I can also do this, I guess, right? So doesn't that make the most sense? And then just have my thing filled up here. So if he deploys a bunch of cheap balloons to attack me with at once, I do have the flurry of arrows. Again, if he has 2 pinks, he could just take me out here. So there is always that chance as well. If he's been holding 1 pink and he gets a second one, you never know. Now he's going to take out both of my balloons, so fair play to him. So I don't really have any pressure left. He's got definitely an advantage because he still has the balloon that he got from the storm. And then also he has, of course, the fact that he has a bit more health than me as well. The only thing I have is my gems are full right now, so that's a small advantage. But, oh wow, so I've never actually seen that card yet, the Bloon Strike, where you can immediately do damage. That is a card that would be pretty cool to have, I feel like, for the early game. Although, I don't know if it's as good as getting damage out, so I'm not really sure. But I think at this point, the play is to just use the Quick Break and then probably want to do something like that, like do the 30 damage to it and then deploy that and then hope for the best here. And then I don't want to do like 60 more damage to it because I do want to keep this meter relatively full for when he deploys more balloon attacks. I mean, he only has this right here that can do 50 damage, so unless he of course, you know, deploys more balloons, then he can also do some arrow shots as well. But right now I have a decent amount of damage out. Unfortunately, still not enough to take him out next round. So even if, like, best case scenario, he doesn't, you know, do a bunch of damage, which no, his tack shooter is automatically going to do 50 anyways, so it doesn't even matter. I would need to get a pink balloon to have any chance here. So maybe if I get super lucky, yeah, no. So he's gonna, now he already, because if he uses another arrow shot, then yeah, exactly, okay. Because now even a pink balloon wouldn't be enough. I can only do a max of 170 damage to him, so that's unfortunate, but we're gonna see what happens here. And now he's got me on the ropes, definitely. And yeah, all I have is a nested yellow. There's not really much I can do, I don't think. I think I just lose this because like if I play this, right, the flurry of arrows is only gonna do 100. Yeah, so I think I just lose here, and then I might as well just, yeah, I was gonna say he's just gonna win, so that's unfortunate. I think I might as well just surrender, but I'll just let him beat me, I guess. Nah, he's just gonna get the disrespect. Dang. So he's really gonna fortify. Yeah, and yeah, I didn't get to quit in time with any dignity. He just styled on me right there. So that's how it goes sometimes, especially when you're playing against somebody else who's rushing. If they play better than you, then that's what ends up happening. So, I mean, hey, you got to take your wins and your losses. I don't want to be one of those people that just like cherry picks all the games where I win or something, because obviously that would be kind of a silly thing to do. Although I do want to make sure these videos include interesting games, so there's going to be times where I don't show games that are like super boring. Like if nothing interesting happens in this game, I probably won't show it, but hopefully I do want to have at least one game where things really go crazy and I can really show like the strategy actually working really well. The nested yellows are really good. Man, I feel like that, I don't know, I feel like I've been maybe overrating the nested yellow balloons and that kind of stuff, because they seem like they're really good with all the extra health that they have, but I don't know how much mileage I've really actually been getting out of them when I think about it. So, alright, so we're starting off with 4 gold here, so I'm going to just go for the risky play and just play both golden balloons, so that way if he has to attack them, then I will be able to collect some more gold. So he's going to be farming, okay, so I don't have that card, and that's interesting. So I don't know if this is like the equivalent of like late game play or something like that, but I would say maybe just I got to be as aggressive as possible here. I mean, I have a good amount of damage lined up against him, so if he was playing late game, then I would think he's going to also play some defense cards. Okay, so he's immediately playing a Moab, which is interesting. I mean, that's going to, see, now the thing is, right, like I have to try to do a ton of pressure. So, I mean, I can do that realistically, but, you know, the question is, will I get like any swarm red cards or something that I need? Okay, so that's 240 damage in a single round there. It's not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I mean, if I could get like really lucky and get a, oh man, he's gonna use a quick break too. So that's going to be tough for me, right? So now golden balloons are going to be bad because, yeah, my Quincy's going to immediately shoot them, and he knows. He's playing smart, this guy. So this might be definitely a loss because this guy's playing really well, it looks like. Here, and yeah, I mean, alright, I guess I might as well use the nested yellow that I believe in so much, right? So, and then I feel like I don't really know if I want to do the flurry of arrows and give him all that extra gold because I have 500 health. I might as well just take the damage. But the thing is that's tough is that the Moab, you know, of course, is like cooking up over there, so I do have to worry about that as well. I have to worry if he has any more golden balloons to play because he has his farm and he has those. So he's got a ton of advantage over me right now in terms of his economy. Alright, using a restock card, I don't think it's the best play because you're spending 5 gold there just to get more cards. I feel like if you manage your cards well, that's probably ideal. I could be wrong about that. I mean, again, his economy is so good that it doesn't really matter. And now he has that ability to just take out all of my damage. Now see, there's a case where that nested balloon actually really did do something for me. So that definitely does help. Now I have a pink here. So maybe, just maybe, if I can get enough damage out this round, right? I put the nested yellow out. And then maybe if I can get enough damage on the board here, maybe that can just work for me. I'd say I just want to, I think I just say, you know, I just go for like the protection of myself and just give him the coins there because realistically I don't want to like potentially lose this next round. I mean, that might have been a bad play. Oh no. What is that? Oh my gosh. Wow. That is brutal. So that's a card that just literally just deploys everything early. It just makes everything happen one round early. And if you keep that in your deck, then you just win in a situation like that. Wow, that is really tough. Man, that's brutal for sure. But obviously I'm going to include it in the video because I've never seen that before. I gotta go and look real quick. Where is that card even at? Let's see, what was that? It's got to be a power card, right? Like let's see. No, obviously I don't think it's any of these. So Bloon Strike. It's like, where is it? Like what did he even do? Like, so this, like, yeah, increases delay. You can give all your balloons plus 25 health. So that's 4 gold though, so that wouldn't really be good for the early game. What did he use there? Rapid shot? No. What was that? I don't even see it anywhere in here. That's really expensive. 6 gold for Red Bloon Storm. How much does it even do, like, damage wise? Would that even be worth it? Is it quick ready? Reduce the delay on target balloon by 1. But that's only on 1 balloon. So I guess, I guess he already had all the rest of the damage lined up. So he reduced the target delay on his Moab by 1. And then, yeah, that makes sense. So his strategy is to farm really early, get his economy up, go for the quick ready on the Moab and strike you really early. So you would have to, like, play a defense strategy. Like, that kind of strategy looks like it counters rushing. That's interesting. That's another strategy I will definitely have to try out sometime. But I want to keep on playing my strategy for this video because that's the point of it. So let me at least try to get some more good games and hopefully actually get some wins as well. You would think the game would be quicker. Oh, okay, well, maybe I just willed it into existence, it actually loading there. But I was going to say, you'd think the game would be quicker with the fact that it's so new, right? I don't really like the Badlands map. It's not my favorite, so yeah, Dark Castle. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, additional gold is definitely good too, but Dark Castle would be really good for a rushing strategy. So, all right. Well, I start with the pink balloon. I have the blue balloons, and I have a 0 gold balloon in my deck immediately. So I'm pretty happy with this deck. Definitely to start out with. I think this starting hand is going to be a little bit better for my strategy than the previous ones have been. Also, he's playing Gwendolyn, which I think gives me an advantage, unless if he were to get the Firestorm card, I think that's what it's called. If he gets that really early and I set up a big rush, that's going to definitely hurt me because he can just destroy the entire thing for a really cheap price. It's like 2 gold or something like that. Like, he could destroy like this entire rush, which would be really tough for me. But as you guys can see here, that is quite the significant amount of damage set up on round 1. 280 damage set up in a single round. Not too shabby, I would have to say. This is more of what the strategy looks like when it's working. But yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. He plays the Firestorm card and it's entirely gone, that rush. So that puts me in a really terrible spot now. And it's not like Bloons Tower Defense battles where you get like a bigger economy for sending out balloon attacks. All it does is, contribute to your hero's gems. So that makes it a little bit tougher too, because it's not like now I'm going to earn more gold per round than I would have. And now I'm just in a really bad spot here. That definitely is a shame. Let's see if I can recover this though, at least after something like that happens. Maybe if I can get another 0 gold card, I could be doing alright. I mean, my opponent has 5 gold too, so that's not good, because all they did was just play the Firestorm card and just reset everything to neutral, except I'm missing a bunch of cards. So yeah, I mean, that's not really great. But they have the triple shot down, so I mean, that's not really great for me either, because of course it does 20 damage to 3 different balloons. So if you're trying to rush with weak balloons, that's going to be pretty tough for it to deal with. I'm just going to play the 2 golden balloons then, because I'm going to force him then to at least give me some extra gold, and hopefully that'll help me out, because now of course, if he wants to attack these balloons, he's at least going to have to give me 2 extra gold, which we're only on round 4, so I'm only going to get 4 gold from my next turn, or for my next turn I should say. So that extra 2 gold would definitely help. I'm assuming he's going to attack them unless he decides it's just not worth it and would rather just let them sit there and take the damage, because it wouldn't be able to destroy you. So if it were me, I probably wouldn't bother like doing the attack. I don't know if he's considering what to do right now, and that's what the time delay is going or something, but I guess I'll take a sip of my monster while I'm waiting. Maybe he just didn't have any good cards. I feel like restock's not worth playing. Okay, yeah, well, there we go. That's what I was hoping for. So that will give me 2 extra gold to work with. Now I have red balloons again, so this will definitely help me out a lot here. And yeah, I guess Gwendolyn is really good if you try to play a rushing strategy like I am, if you happen to get that Firestorm card. But if you don't, then you're going to be in a little bit of a tougher situation. Now, I don't really have too much to do here. I guess I'll just do more golden balloons. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident, obviously. So that's really annoying, because now I just completely lost my advantage of having that pink card in a situation where it could actually be clutch if my opponent, were to have 100 health or less. Yeah, that really is frustrating, because I meant to deploy both the golden balloons. Yeah, well, what are you going to do, right? Now, with that being said, I do have 320 damage queued up here again, so they only have 370 health, which maybe, like, if I get really lucky, that'll end up being something that just, like, was a good thing for me. Now, if he were to be smart there, not to be rude, but like if he were being smarter, I should say, he would have attacked one of the red balloons up here, because then he could have gotten these 3 or something. Well, no, this one right here, he could have gotten these 3 without hitting a golden balloon. Yeah, like he just gave me 4 golden coins there. So at the very least, that accidental pink play is not going to hurt me as bad. So I'm going to just keep on playing golden balloons if he's going to play like that, definitely. I think that's really going to be my best bet here. And then probably just play this black balloon as well, because it'll draw another card for me. It's a decent amount of damage deployed, so I'll get 2 more gold from that. Yeah, and then that's going to be really cool, because that's just it. The tack shooter automatically shooting those, it's going to give me more gold. So yeah, I think I earned, what was that, 6 gold extra or something like that? 6 or 8 extra gold. Actually, I think it was 8 extra gold, which by round 6 is not bad, because that's more than I'm going to earn even from my next like turn there. So yeah, there we go. That's 3 more gold. That's 11 extra gold that he just gave me in a single turn there, just from the fact that he's using the triple dart, which now it's like, if you're going to do damage, you have to attack the golden balloon. That's why I think if you get golden balloons the way I was, it's good to mix them into your other defense, because they have a decent amount of health and they do a decent amount of damage for their cost. What is it, 70 damage for 2 gold's not bad, but if they get hit even once, then they're only 1 gold all of a sudden they cost. And if they get hit multiple times, they can literally end up being free or paying for, or like profiting. Like, I think I actually profited from some of those gold balloons in this case. So now I'm getting the red balloon swarm attack, which is really, really good. Then I can just use both of these. I have plenty of gold here. So I'm going to probably keep this pink balloon for next round, because I have the health advantage. So I got very lucky. Unfortunately, I don't still have the pink balloon. I don't know why sometimes the game gives you a card when your turn ends like that. It's like, okay, that doesn't really help me now, right? Like I would have liked that green balloon when I could have deployed it. That being said though, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here, because even though my opponent does have 120 damage that they can do, I still do have 300 deployed now, and that's after them doing an attack. So that's like I had 320 damage deployed before that. So that means that's still 200 damage, which is still 10 more than what they can take, plus the pink balloon. So even if they put down another defense card, unless it's a super monkey, which can do, I think, 210 damage in a single turn, that's the only way that they would be able to like do enough damage to all my balloons to probably survive here. So I think I have this win in the bag, especially because I'm going to have 11 gold. So even if I can't do enough damage next turn, I'm going to be able to keep the pressure on by also deploying another white balloon, getting another card for that. So yeah, I feel pretty good about this game, definitely. Feel pretty confident. I mean, if he gets a Firestorm right here or something like that, or if he has one and he just hasn't used it yet because he's like trying to like trick me, then there's always that as well. And then I would just, yeah, no, okay. Because then I would be in a bad spot if he used that. But I'm pretty sure there's no way for him to win here because the Tack Shooter is going to do 70 damage. If I deploy a pink balloon, I'll do 350 to him at once. So I don't really think that there's anything else that he can do. So I just think that we just take the win here, right? Unless I'm crazy. Let's see. Yeah, no, we... Okay, yeah, I was going to say it paused for a second, but that was just, again, I don't know, like, especially in that case, why is it going to give me another card? Just like, okay, it doesn't really help. It's like that little, like, extra pause made me think for a second that the pink balloon wasn't going to deploy instantly. I'm like, oh, what? Did they patch it immediately or something? They realized that balloon is so powerful. Well, that was definitely pretty cool. I'm trying to think. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Let me check real quick and decide if I should include another game or not. Yeah, I mean, we're at 26 minutes, but hey. Might as well record at least one more game. And I don't think that I've excluded any games, actually. I've like just included every single one that I've played in a row. So for future videos, I'll definitely cherry pick a little bit more for ones that are actually interesting. Probably do something like Zigzag Power does with BTD Battles, where he'll have something in the title that highlights a specific game. And then beyond that, it's just, you know, general gameplay footage. But it's not going to be every single game he plays if it's like super weird. Although, I don't know. I mean, he does kind of, I think, just sit down and play. Now I'm just rambling on about nothing. My opponent doesn't even want to connect here, so that would, I don't know, does he not want to play on high finance or something? This is actually going to be the first time I get to see what happens when somebody doesn't connect. I've never had this happen, like, out of, like, 25, 30 games, which is surprising when you really think about it. Oh, okay, I guess, like, he just never confirmed, so I shouldn't assume he's this person that I'm playing against never confirmed, so, alright, I think on high finance, starting with the green balloon is pretty good. It's not very expensive or anything, so yeah, I don't know if my opponent's like away from keyboard or something. Oh no, they're switching out their cards, never mind. For a second there I got worried, so alright, so here we go. We can definitely have another really strong game here. It looks like, yeah, this is going to be absolutely brutal. Look at this. How much damage is this going to be? Just straight up like 300 damage on a single turn. Oh my gosh. And it's like round one. It's not even like we're not talking about like, oh, you deployed, yeah, like a Moab, good job. No, we're talking about 300 damage on round one. And I think I'm the one that went first too. That's brutal. So we're playing against another rusher. I haven't really played against anybody who's been playing defensive lately. So, all right, let's see. Let's get the, trying to think. I mean, I feel like the nested blue is better because I can then save 1 gold if I use that. So I'll probably just do that right there. And then he has 200 damage out, but I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah, I was going to say, because he's not making any effort to defend against me right now. So, like, realistically, with him down at 200 health, he's kind of on the ropes already. Even if he's going to do 200 damage to me, I don't know. I just think that it puts me in a bit of a better position. Although, I mean, it's not really. I mean, mainly my advantage, which is getting to go first, probably. Like, I don't really think he's that far behind, actually, now that I think about it. So, okay, he was smart. I was about to say, if he uses both of his arrow shots on this, he's just going to have more health left. Like, it's going to be able to do 40 damage instead of 30. So that was smart of him not to do that. Alright, so now I guess we just want to play the green balloon. I'm, like, out of cards here, though, so that's kind of frustrating. I guess at least next time when I play this white balloon card, I'll get another one, but on top of getting an extra card from next round. But, yeah, I really don't like when this happens where I'm like running out of cards immediately. I guess because I did so many cards in the first round that it kind of like put me in a bad spot, and then maybe that's not optimal. But that being said, I mean, having him at 170 health feels like a pretty good... Okay, yeah, so he's actually just gonna quit, which makes sense. I don't really blame him because it was a bad spot. He probably didn't really have many good cards, so yeah, and that's a really good quick win just to kind of show what happens when like both opponents are doing the same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure he played the same exact strategy I did, and I just got lucky that I got all of those 0 gold cards at first. So that kind of is a good way to close out the video and show when two people using that strategy go against each other. At least that's what I'm assuming. If I happen to face you in this video, let me know in the comments, and I really do look forward to playing this game some more. I'm going to be uploading the daily videos on it for a little while at the very least. So yeah, look out for those. I really appreciate everyone who subscribed from the main channel. Peace.